Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Mr. Oh My Lewis back at you with another video. And in today's video, really quick, I just want to say thank you very much to everybody who heard my audiobook, Stop Taking Bad Advice. So this is the first time I actually see that many views. I believe it has around 140 at the time that I'm recording this video. And that's quite a lot of views actually, and those all happened within the span of 24 hours. And I was very surprised and mind blown actually that that audiobook got that many views. But yeah, I just want to say thank you very much to everybody who took the time to actually go and listen to that book. Like I said in that book, actually, it's probably one of my favorite books, probably my number one as far as like informative book, because like I say in that book, advice is extremely beneficial. You know, it's extremely helpful to your life. Like, you can't really go through life and advance, especially at very high levels, if you don't take advice from someone. And so you need to be careful though who you take advice from, because you know the source from which the advice comes from will determine ultimately how far you go. And so you have to be careful, because there's people who give advice from a place of egotism. There's people who give advice without any empathy. There's people who give advice without even knowing what they're talking about. They pretty much just heard it somewhere and now they're reiterating it to you. There's people who give advice because they actually want to see you fall, so they give you manipulative advice is what I call it, and they're pretty much trying to manipulate you into, you know, you going and falling for their you know, advice scheme there, which is pretty much a scam what they're doing. And so you have to be careful, you know, because advice itself is very crucial, especially when you're going through hard times, especially when that advice is so critical in your life. Maybe it's to get you out of a problem, or maybe it's to, you know, get you to the next level. Whatever the case may be, advice itself is so important in your life, and you need to be able to learn how to take it, and you need to learn how to take it from the right people as well, because like I said, if you take the wrong advice, sometimes taking the wrong advice can actually be worse than taking no advice. Sometimes you actually going and just doing trial and error may be more helpful than actually listening to someone give you advice, because like I said, you know, some people don't even take the time to listen to what exactly is going on in your life and what kind of point of view you have. And so because of that, they're unable to understand, you know, the position that you come from. And so they give you advice from their own point of view, their own perspective, their own life view. And so that's not very helpful, because that's not how you see life. And so when you hear this advice, for the most part, it sounds very annoying. It sounds very unrelatable, because that's not how you see life. And so some people give it from egotism. Maybe they feel like their view of life is the right one. And so, you know, they pretty much just, you know, downgrade you, and they make you feel like what you're doing is wrong and what they are doing is right. And so there's no empathy there. And so many reasons, I go over them in that book in much detail. But yes, thank you so much to everybody who's seen it. If you found that book helpful, make sure that you share that book with other people as well. Share the link, share a screenshot of the book and upload it to your social medias. Do whatever it takes in order to get that word out there, because like I said, advice is extremely important, and you need to know how to take it, and you need to know the exact right sources to take it from. So make sure you get that book. There will be a link down below, so you guys can go ahead and listen to that audiobook if you haven't heard it yet. And there will also be a link down below, so you guys can go ahead and download the PDF version in case you don't want to go and listen to the audiobook. Perhaps you're more of a visual reader, and you can actually read this book and consume it much faster through a PDF format instead of listening to me, you know, voice the audiobook. Then go ahead and do that. There'll be a link down below. It's also free. It'll take you to a landing page where you can learn a little bit more about the book, and from there you just pretty much enter your name and your email, and you'll go, and the book will be delivered straight to your email in a matter of seconds. So thank you so much for listening to the audiobook. Like I said, I'm very happy, very impressed, very just surprised. You know, I was just very like, I'm just like, I don't know what to say, because it's just something that's never happened in my YouTube channel here. And so I'm very happy it did. And so I'm looking forward to recording more audiobooks. There's actually 2 more audiobooks coming to this channel, which I'm very excited about. One of them is the From Loneliness to Social Competence, which is pretty much my longest book and my most personal book. So in that book, I'm going to share some of my most personal pains that I pretty much went through while I was pretty much lonely, and how I got out of that and actually started to talk a little bit more, to the point where I became socially competent, where I can communicate with the world instead of just feeling lonely and feeling abandoned and feeling like nobody really cared about me. And so that's that book. And also, of course, the book I wrote with my podcast partner Varush, who's also my boss and a very good friend of mine, The 10 Stages to Skill Mastery. Extremely good book. It's pretty much based on Varush's life and his journey going through the 10 stages in order for him to become a master jeweler. And so he pretty much just shared his story with me. He actually made a 10-step series video with the 10 stages. But I saw that video and I was like, I wanted to add some of my stuff in there as well. So I went ahead and I pretty much took what's in that video series, and I put in my own experience with those 10 stages as well, how I've gone through them myself with becoming a technology expert. And so pretty much we both pretty much share the 10 stages, and I've pretty much compiled it together in a very technical way, where you'll go ahead and get to read the book, and you'll read about a little bit about Varush's life, and of course in my part you'll learn more of the technicality part and what actions you're supposed to take at every stage. That way you're able to reproduce the same steps in the modern day age. So extremely exciting. Very excited for those 2 audiobooks to come out. So I'll be looking forward to them. I hope you're looking forward to them. And in such case, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm just going to keep it short. I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification icon, and make sure you comment. I'll see you guys.